Hello and welcome to the lecture on data management. I'm happy to have you in this lecture. The objective of this lecture is to help you understand data management in detail. So without wasting another moment, let's dive deep into the subject. In this slide, we are looking at the simplest and the most fundamental idea behind the integration that we talked about. That is nothing but the exchanging information between the two systems. And let's understand data management from this perspective. The core point here is that integration simply means passing data from one system to another. So that is basically our core point here. And it is the movement of information from source location to a target location. File created in system A needs to be delivered to the system B. So it's very simple to understand. No matter what technologies or protocol we use, the basic concepts never change, right? The integration is about moving data from one place to another so different applications can work together. So the yellow arrow in the middle represents this flow of information. It shows that integration is a bridge that connects these two systems, allowing them to exchange data in a consistent and automated way. So at the simplest level, integration is which means exchanging information between the systems. Nothing more, nothing less. So as we go deeper into data management, we will learn that there are many challenges around this data accuracy, quality, and formats. But the foundational idea remains the same. One system sends data, another system receives it, and the integration handles the transfer. So you have to remember this. In this slide, we are moving deeper into the concept of data management and specifically focusing on one of its most important areas, which is master data management or MDM. On the left hand side, you can see multiple systems, system A, B, C, and D. In most organizations, each of the systems store its own copy of the core business data, which includes data like customer information, product information, vendor, employee, and location information. The problem is that these systems store different versions of the same data. An example is a customer name might be spelled differently, a product code may be outdated in one system, or a vendor address may be incorrect in another system. So this creates inconsistency and confusion across the enterprise. To solve these challenges, we introduce the concept of master data management, which is MDM. MDM is all about maintaining master data at one central location, which is shown on the right side of the slide as master system. This central system becomes the single source of truth for all your core data. The purpose of MDM is very simple. Maintain one clean and accurate version of master data, eliminate the duplicates, standardize the information, synchronize this golden record back to all the other systems. Now, where does integration come into picture? This is where a platform like Boomi becomes extremely valuable. Boomi provides tools to help organizations collect, clean, standardize, and distribute master data across all connected systems. Boomi supports MDM in two ways. One is Boomi integration. You can connect to all the systems ABCD to the central master data system, move master data to and from these systems, and apply transformation and validation rules during the exchange. That is via the Boomi integration. Another way, you have a tool called Boomi Master Data Hub, MDH, a dedicated service for managing master data, which helps identify duplicate records, enforce data quality rules, create the golden record, publishes the master version back to all systems. So with Boomi, you can automate the entire MDM lifecycle, like pulling customer data from multiple sources, checking for duplicates, cleaning and enriching the data, creating one consolidated master record, publishing the master record to all systems that need it. So in simple terms, Boomi helps ensures that every system in the organization always have clean, consistent, and correct master data. So the concept shown in this slide is that MDM centralizes and governs the most important business data, while the integration tools like Boomi basically plays a key role in synchronizing that master data across the entire landscape. In this slide, we are focusing on one of the important activities under data management, which is data cleansing. You can see the same system shown on both sides, system A on the left and system A again on the right. This represents a very common scenario in real organization. The data in a system may be incomplete, inconsistent, duplicated, or simply not clean. And before integrating with other system or even before using it internally, we need to clean and correct the data that is available in the system. So what is data cleaning? Data cleaning is a process of correcting the incorrect data, removing duplicate data, filling in missing values, standardizing formats, fixing spelling mistakes, removing junk or the test data. So the goal is to ensure that the data is accurate, complete, and ready to use. So all this variation leads to confusion, duplicate customer accounts, and faulty business reports. So data cleansing helps bring this data to a clean and standard format. So how does Boomi helps with data cleaning? Boomi as an integration platform provides several tools and features that help perform data cleaning as a part of the integration flow. Boomi can also help with data cleaning in following ways. We can do the validation check. Boomi can check whether the data meets certain rules. Is the email format valid? Is the phone number complete? Is the date correct? Are the mandatory fields missing? If anything is wrong, Boomi can correct it, enrich it, route it to an error handling process. It can also check for duplication detection. Boomi can compare data records against the name, email, phone, customer ID, or any custom rule. It can then identify and remove duplicates before the data is sent to the target system. Then you have standardization. Boomi can convert between the date formats. One use YYMMDD format, another use DDMMYYY format. You can do that conversion. You have country values. You can have phone numbers. You want to prefix the country code. You don't want to prefix the country code. Those kind of things can be standardized with the integration flows. So this ensures consistency and reliable data across the systems. Then you have lookup and enrichment. Boomi can enrich the data by adding the missing fields, fetching related data from another system, filling the gaps using lookups or business rules. As I told you previously, there is two ways to do it. One, you can use integration flow, or you can use Boomi Master Data Hub. Boomi Master Data Hub is an optional. You want to use it, you can use it, or you can create an integration flow and manage all those validations that we have talked about. For larger organization, Boomi Master Hub can maintain golden master records, but even without MDH, Boomi's integration process can act as a powerful cleaning pipeline. Putting it all together, the yellow arrow in the slide represents the cleansing flow. A data travels from system A onto the left to system A on the right. It goes through a cleansing process, removing duplicates, correcting values, standardizing formats, ensuring data is clean before it is loaded back into the same system. So in summary, the data cleaning is about fixing, correcting, and improvising the quality of the data. So integration tools like Boomi helps automate this cleansing by applying rules, validation, lookups, and transformation. So Boomi ensures that data coming out is clean, consistency, and ready to use across all the systems. In this slide, we are looking at another key area of data management, which is data migration. Data migration is very common requirement in any organization, especially when systems are being upgraded, replaced, or consolidated. On the left hand side, we have system A. On the right hand side, we have system B. Data migration simply means moving data from one system to another, from the old system to the new one. So what is data migration? Data migration is the process of extracting data from the source system, transforming the data in the format required by the target system, loading it to the target system. This is where the term ETL comes in, which stands for extract, transform, and load. Extract means pull data from system A, transform it, clean it, convert formats, apply mapping rules. Then next is the load, insert the final data into the system B. So migration is usually done during the application upgrades, cloud migration, system replacements, example legacy to modern ERP, merging multiple systems into one. This process ensures that business can continue working smoothly without losing any historical or transactional data. What are the challenges in data migration? The real-world migrations involve large volumes of data, complex field mappings, missing or inconsistent values, old duplicate or invalid data, different formats between source and target. So this makes ETL a critical step to ensure data is correct before loading it. How can Boomi help with data migration? Boomi provides a powerful set of tools that make data migration efficient and automated. Here's how Boomi supports the migration process. The first step is extracting data. Boomi can connect to almost any system using database, file, REST SOAP, on-premises legacy application, and cloud application. Boomi connector make it easy to pull data out of the system. Then you have transforming the data. Boomi has mapping and transformation capability, which help convert the extracted data into the required target format. The Boomi can reformat the dates, convert the units, clean incorrect values, standardize text, add missing fields, flatten or restructure complex data, apply business rules during transformation. This way data quality improvement often happens. Then it is the loading data. Boomi can push the transformed data into a target system using bulk API connectors, database upsert operation, file generation, cloud application APIs, or even batch uploads. Boomi handles large batches efficiently and ensure all records get handled correctly. Then you have error handling and retry. Boomi automatically logs failed records, error, validation issues, and data mismatches. It allows you to retry failed loads without restarting the full migration. Then you have orchestrating migration in multiple phases. Boomi can support trial migration, repeated test cycles, and final cutover migration. This is critical when moving from an old system to a new one without disrupting the operations. So in summary, the arrow in the slide represents the full ETL process: extract, transform, and load, used to migrate data from system A to system B. So to summarize, the data migration moves data from old system to new ones. ETL ensures the data is clean, transformed, and ready to load. Boomi provides connector, transformers, and automation to make migration easier and faster. Boomi also handles everything like extraction, cleansing, transformation, loading, and error recovery as well. So Boomi becomes basically a central tool that helps organization move large volume of data reliably, accurately, and with full automation. In this slide, we are focusing on another major area of data management, which is data synchronization, or simply data sync. So we have two systems, system A and system B, and these systems both store data about the same business entities like customer, order, products, employees, or any other critical information. The challenge is that data in the systems must stay aligned and consistency. The data has to be synced between the two systems. If one system updates a customer phone number or address, the other system will also reflect the same change. If a new product is created in system A, the system B should know about it. This continuous exchange and alignment of data is called as data synchronization. So what is data sync? Data sync means keeping data consistent across the multiple systems, updating one system when another system changes, ensuring there are no mismatches, outdated records, or missing entries, performing the exchange either in real time or in scheduled basis. So data sync is needed when a customer updates their profile, let's say in an e-commerce app. An order is created in CRM must be sent to an ERP. An inventory update must be pushed to a website. A HR employee data must sync with the payroll systems. So without data sync, the organization end up with different version of the truth, leading to incorrect decisions and operational issues. How can Boomi help with data sync? Boomi is an iPaaS platform basically designed exactly for this type of data movement. It provides tools needed to continuously and automatically synchronize data between the systems. So how Boomi can help? It has a real-time synchronization feature where Boomi can trigger integration the moment a change happens. Let's say an API trigger, webhooks, event notification, and a real-time connectors. For example, a new customer signs up in system A, Boomi immediately pushes that record to the system B. Then you have scheduled and batch synchronization. Boomi can also sync data at regular intervals, every 5 minutes, hourly, daily, or weekly. This is useful when systems don't support real-time calls. Then you have change data capture, CDC. Boomi can detect new records, modify records, or deleted records. Only the change data is synced, make it faster and efficient. Then you have transformation and mapping. Boomi ensures both systems understand each system, converting the formats between XML, JSON, and CSV. This ensures the sync data remains clean and reusable. Then you have bidirectional synchronization. Boomi can sync between A to B and B to A as well, or both ways depending on the logic. Boomi also have built-in error handling and retry capability. So bringing it all together, the yellow arrow line in the slide represents continuous data movement between system A and system B. The arrow signifies that syncing is not an one-time activity, it is an ongoing process. And Boomi helps automate this entire process so that the both systems always stay in sync without manual intervention. So to summarize, the data sync ensures system always have the same up-to-date data. It prevents inconsistency, keep business process running smoothly. Boomi automates data sync through real-time triggers, schedule, CDC, transformation, and error handling. With Boomi, organization can keep all applications aligned and consistent at all time. The next, in this slide, we are focusing on another important part of the data management called metadata sync. So what is a metadata sync? On the left-hand side, we have system A. On the right, we have system B. Unlike the previous example where we synced actual business data such as customer, order, and product, in the case we are dealing with something more foundational, which is metadata. So the question is, what is metadata? Metadata simply means data about data. It is information that describes the structure of the data, meaning of the data, the field and attributes in a record, data type and format, relationship between fields, lookup values, reference values, business rules, but not the actual data, but the data about the data. The metadata is not the actual business transaction data, instead describe how the data is organized and understood. The example of metadata includes field definition, name type, length and format, product categories, country and currency codes, unit of measure, tax codes, validation rules, data models and schema. What is metadata sync? Metadata sync means keeping the data definitions and reference value consistent across the systems. For example, if system A adds a new product category, system B must also have the same category. If system B updates a tax code or currency, the same must be updated in system A. If data model changes, example field length increase, the other system should also reflect the change. So metadata sync ensures that both systems speak the same data language. Integration do not break due to the mismatch definition. So query and reporting logics always stay consistent because the metadata sync happens. The lookup and reference value remains harmonized. So what happens without the metadata sync? Integration may fail and wrong data may be processed and business reports can become inaccurate. In this part of data management, we are looking at a very important but very oftenly overlooked activity called data archival. What is data archival? Data archival refers to the process of moving old, inactive or less frequency used data out of the active systems. It means storing it in a separate, safe and consistent, efficient location. Data archival means retaining it for future reference, compliance or reporting purposes. It also means reducing load on the main system so that they remain fast and efficiency by removing the data that is not been used. Archival is not actually mean deletion. Archiving means saving it in another location. The data is still preserved, just moved out on the main operational system. So example of data typically archival includes old orders, completed transaction, historical invoices, legacy customer data, old employee records, logs and audit data. So archival ensures that active system remains clean, lightweight and high performing while keeping older information accessible. Next, we are looking at the data harmonization. This is a critical activity for organizations that use multiple systems, each with different data formats, naming conventions and reference values. So what is data harmonization? Data harmonization means standardizing data so that all systems speaks the same language. It is a process of making sure data values, especially reference and descriptive values, are consistent across the applications. Harmonization does not change the meaning of the data. It only ensures that all systems use the same version of the data in the same format with the same naming convention. Example of harmonization include standardizing the product categories. Let's say system A for electronic it say ELEC, system B say electronics, system C says electronic goods. So harmonization ensure all systems use one standard label such as electronics. It can be used for standardizing country names, standardizing date formats, standardizing unit of measurement, consolidating multiple code sets, let's say tax codes, different statuses. The statuses could be one system say active, the other say true or false, the other say 1 or 0, the other say A or B. You have different statuses, right? So you want to have the same, harmonize the same statuses, you can use this concept. So harmonization ensures every system uses one unified code system. Alright, so that's the end of session. I hope you're now familiar with data management concept. Well, that's the end of the session. Let's wrap it up. By now you should be able to explain data management in your own terms. Thank you so much for listening to the end. I wish you a fantastic day. Bye and take care.